Recap. Here we are, S&S Pigskin Picks. We are going to recap Monday night's action, Tennessee and Miami, and Seattle, Detroit. That was a thrilling game. What's going on, Jer?
Oh wow, love the games tonight. Miami, Tennessee was kind of a stinker, but it did complete my parlay, so I did appreciate that.
Yeah, me
Mason
too. My
Rudolph
teaser.
is, PF has some fond memories of Mason Rudolph backing up his Steelers for years, and
He did.
hopefully we can get some comments from him later. And yeah, what a blockbuster in Detroit. These
Hmm.
guys, they when I seen the stat, I didn't believe it. They averaged over the last few games like almost 80 points per game, like crazy. Um, yeah, so it's
Yeah, no
just
defense there.
yeah, no, I know both teams should be very concerned for their next weeks. Seattle with a rested Giants and Detroit. Sorry, who they play next week?
I believe they have a bye week.
The
I'm not
bye. Huh.
100%.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think
think so. I don't think I've seen them on the list. That's right. That's right.
yeah, there's four teams I believe that have a bye week next week. So yeah, so the Tennessee Miami game, let's get into that one first. Let's do a recap of that. Um, Really boring first quarter, no score, no nothing, and then Tennessee, kicked a few field goals. Dominant
Will
second half.
Levis go out with an injury to his shoulder?
Yeah,
And the coach said, Callahan said, if he can play, he's playing. If he can't play, Mason said he was very straight and forward with that. So
yeah, he
we'll
threw
see
a
what
horrible
happens
pick
there.
early that didn't cost him, but yeah, Mason Rudolph, the backup extraordinaire, he stepped up, did his thing. Who knows if he'll be playing next week? But Tyler Huntley, I thought he looked decent in the second half, but yeah, it was ugly to watch that first half. I
It's
watched as much as I could, but
it's tough playing in front of your parents sometimes too, and he's new to that
yeah,
offense, and I don't know if it was just they're stinking it up, but Tennessee's defense looked pretty nice tonight too. So just add all that up together, and it was a bit of a nightmare. But hey, score a touchdown in front of your parents, you can get the win, but could have been worse.
yeah. But I mean, when you're leaving like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle pretty much useless, like Miami's offense is predicated around those speedsters. So yeah, Tennessee did their thing. Much needed win. I got my underdog money line winner for Tennessee. Thank you, Tennessee. So yeah, it was a solid game
Nice.
for Tony Pollard, and interesting to see who starts for Tennessee next week. And I'm pretty sure Tyler Huntley will be starting for Miami in the
Definitely.
ugliest game of the week. Patriots in Miami. Yeah, one of those ones. AFC stinker. So yeah, overall, not the most exciting game, but we'll uh we'll just chalk it up as two 1-3 teams. One was desperate and one was just beaten up. Right. So
Yeah.
we'll move along to Detroit 42, Seattle 29. Detroit covers the 4 point spread. Jer, I believe you got a winner on that one.
Just salvaged a little bit of dignity on my metal picks there. Take it to the cleaners again on my metal picks. Man, I'm gonna have to figure out another system
One
because
one and
Pratt's
two, but you got
Stradamus
your
just blowing me out of the water. What do you got? One lot, two losses, something like that
uh
for the whole
I don't
year?
know, not many. Yeah, not many. But you're 2-0 in your underdog money lines along with me, so I think our underdog
Silver
money
lining.
line picks
Yeah, silver lining. Hope I can
are
keep the close
golden.
dogs
So
next week.
looking forward to next week's picks as well. Seattle had that, I think, really costly penalty. It was like a holding called there by Tyler Lockett. They were only down a touchdown or
Yes.
eight, and then that I thought that was the huge turning point. Other than that, I thought it was really balanced and very entertaining. I mean, shootout, and whoever had the over was laughing. they probably cashed it in the third quarter. So
Oh yeah.
Detroit moves to 3-1. Seattle drops to 3-1, and yeah, I think Detroit on prime time they came out and said, we're going to show you some fireworks, and I like the rushing attack, the 1-2 punch of Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs was solid. So
Man, the
that was good to
Detroit
see.
special from Amon-Ra St. Brown to Jared Goff. Didn't know he could catch. But
Yeah,
yeah, he
they
looked
do.
great. Brought me back to 2017 and the Super Bowl, and little flashback for me. So that was fun.
But
Love that.
they like their trick plays. Like last week, they did a hook and ladder with Armon Ray. Like he caught it, and then Gibbs ran like right around him, and they got some tricks up their sleeve, and we know they like to go for it on fake punts as well. Dan
Some
Campbell,
concerns on
especially.
defense. I'm sure Campbell wasn't really,
Yeah,
happy with the win, but not happy with the performance. So, you want to see
well, yeah, they
Detroit
couldn't stop
kind of
Kenneth
short things
Walker,
up.
but Seattle couldn't stop Detroit's run game. So it was, you know, right. So I think it was Detroit came up a little bit bigger on defense, and a huge game for Kenneth Walker. Gino had 395. DK had 100 in the air, but Detroit wins at home and covers that spread, and they'll be moving into a bye week, right? So good
Nice.
news for them. And Seattle moves on to week 5 hosting the Giants.
Any word on Malik
So
Neighbors? Yeah.
I believe he'll be playing. We don't know yet. I guess if he's practicing, I guess on Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll know more. But I don't believe he's in the concussion protocol
Okay.
because I'm pretty sure they would take that off the board that game if it was like a serious issue. But yeah, one stinker and one thriller for Monday Night Football. I don't know if we have any more recaps coming up on the schedule when I look through. So kind of cool having 2 games the last couple of weeks. I don't know what's on that.
Yeah, I like that.
Is a
Nice.
thumbs
Yeah.
up for you or yeah?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love
I
having
mean,
two games.
ideally,
I was flipping back and forth. I got to see a lot of good plays, and maybe if you record one and watch one, and you can watch back and yeah, see all the great play. I watched that special to Goff live, and that man, I just jumped
yeah.
off the couch. It was yeah, it was nice to see.
Well, a lot of the rich dudes, they got multiple TVs, right? So they can watch everything on Sunday. On the Sunday games, you got your man cave, you got your 12 TVs for all the games, and
Oh man.
yeah, maybe a few more winners we stack up over the year, and that could be us along with everyone else out there. So yeah,
Ooh,
so yeah, overall, we went 4-2 this week, 2-0 on our underdog money line picks, so 4-0 for the year underdog money line picks.
nice.
That might
Loving
be that
that.
might be money in the bank, right? So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what our picks are for next week. That will be coming up on Wednesday, right around the corner on Wednesday evening. And any other thoughts for the 2 games here on Monday night you wanted to throw in, Jer?
No, I just yeah, had a great time watching them. Yeah, like I said, cashed my parlay there, so that was good because a lot of my other ones let me down. But yeah, I already got some afternoon money line parlay and a couple of 3, 4, and 5 game teasers, and yeah, so I got some good looking
Okay.
spreads. Good looking spreads coming up, and yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay. Well, that'll finish up for the Monday Night Football thoughts here and reaction. Let's move along to a little peek to the Week 5 lines. See what is cooking for the boys in Vegas. What they have Thursday night, Atlanta -1.5 to Tampa Bay. What are your thoughts in that divisional matchup? Tampa Bay three
Oh,
and one.
Atlanta's struggling to score. It is a divisional matchup, so you really got to
Mm-hmm.
watch out. should be a close one, but I just see Tampa Bay's rolling a little bit better than Atlanta. I know
Yeah.
they're on the road, but give me Tampa Bay plus the 1.5.
Yeah. First thoughts for me would be to tease up Tampa through the 3 and the
Yes,
7, but
that's what I did. I got Tampa plus
yeah, I
seven and a
like
half.
that. That's great. I love that. I love that. Yeah, Atlanta's not scoring as much as we all thought they would. So,
Right? Mm.
and something's up. I think the spread opened up at 2.5 to 3, and it's dropped. So, you got to respect the Buccos on Thursday night. So, I'm with you there. And we'll be doing a recap of that one. Let's move along to the London game. Is the New York Jets hosting the Vikings? 4-0 Vikings. Not really hosting, but you know what I mean. Neutral game.
Yeah.
Minnesota's laying 2.5. The Jets got ragged on by the national media, and Minnesota obviously is looking as good as can be. Brian Flores bringing the heat. Your team Darnold all day. So what do you think? Minus two and a
Team
half. Is it
Darnold.
too easy? Too easy? Take Minnesota
You
or tease up
know,
the Jets?
the Jets, they show up, they get their ass kicked in San Francisco, they show up in Tennessee, they show up at home, beat up the poor New England Patriots. So their two wins were against subpar teams. I just have to keep rolling with
They
my
are.
Vikings. Team Darnold, and with minus 2.5, they'll at least win by field goal.
Yeah, I mean it's under a field goal, so it seems a little. Yeah, I mean it seems a little too easy to. But I'm gonna watch the line movement on that game before I put any cash on that game. But kind of nice to have an early game, 6:30 for us here on the West Coast. So for the people on the East Coast, this is like what 9:30 for them. So this is what we get every single morning. So the East Coast people get a taste of what we get. Breakfast with a little football. So let's move along
Yeah.
to the 10 o'clock slate on the Pacific, 1 o'clock on the East Coast. It's a divisional matchup. It's Baltimore in Cincy. Baltimore coming off a emotional victory against the mighty Buffalo Bills. Cincy is on a modest winning streak now of one. So um, they are 1-3, I believe. Baltimore is now 2-2.
Yeah,
It's
what
got a pretty big
Baltimore
over
team's going to
under.
show up there, right? The Baltimore team that lost to Las Vegas, or the Baltimore team that ran over Buffalo. So it's
Hmm.
divisional game, so they do know each other. Yeah, Cincinnati can score points. The
Yeah,
defense scored on even by Carolina. Oh,
they
that
did. Yeah.
Washington game makes a lot more sense now that they ran over Arizona. But yeah, I still say the Ravens take care of business, uh, win by a field goal.
Yeah. I mean, I think Ravens are due for a letdown spot. That's my first inclination. Big national television game Sunday night. Uh, now you got to go on the road. Slightly short week, I guess you could say. Not really, but you know what I mean. A few hours. Um, for sure, I'll be teasing up Cincy. I mean, in a divisional game, I'm getting over a touchdown all day. I'll be doing that. But yeah, very high over under of 51. And so there should be a lot of points, a lot of fireworks with Lamar versus Burrow. And this is probably the game of the week on paper. Your Buffalo Bills in Houston. Houston -1. What are you thinking?
Buffalo's going to be pissed how they played. I know they're still on the road. Houston's been
Hmm.
struggling to score points.
Yep.
They should be having more touchdowns than field goals, but they just, they looked a little bit better at home, but almost lost to Jacksonville. So I got to go with the
Yeah.
bounce back game for my Buffalo Bills.
Right.
Yeah, they'll take care of business.
Yeah, it's a tough game. Both teams are 3-1, I believe, and Texans are at home. So, but Buffalo, they're in a bounce back spot, I would say. So I'd lean Buffalo. What a big game. It's going to be fun to see. And let's move along to a bit of a stinker game. It is your Carolina Panthers
Ooh.
getting 4 points in Chicago. Spoiler alert, I do lean Carolina +4. Andrew Dalton, the Red Rifle, he's moving the ball for these Panthers. So I don't know what you're thinking. I know
You
it's not
know,
exactly a premier game, but you're going to give me over a field goal with the Red Rifle?
well,
I'm
Carolina's
taking
all of
it.
a sudden putting up points.
Yeah,
I still don't like them.
I don't either.
-4, give me the Bears, but did already tease up Carolina to 10.5.
Okay, I'm
So
liking that talk. I'm liking that talk. You're over the key number of 10. That's beautiful. Okay. So
yeah,
I mean, but Chicago, I can't trust them to win by more than 3. I can't. But
uh,
you know,
oh, you know,
having said that,
if
I
you
did take
ask
them
me,
last week.
I'll take them. Yeah, I'll take Chicago straight
Fair
up,
enough.
or yeah, -4.
All right, okay. Let's move along to the mighty Commanders laying only 3 to Cleveland. I believe this line was initially 3.5, -3.5 for Washington. Um, so there's money coming in on Cleveland. You think Deshaun and gang can bounce back against Mr. No Punt?
Hi.
Seems
Well,
like a sucker game to me.
well, Washington's defense is not the best. Um, if
Hmm.
Jaden Daniels can keep backing them up every game, so that's basically what the odds makers are thinking. They're thinking, okay, like how many games in a row can you back up your defense because they've been
Right.
getting scored on,
Yeah.
right? So just know I
Against
can't trust
Arizona,
Cleveland
they
at
look
all
like world beaters. So
for the rest of the
yeah.
year. Yeah, I can't trust them. Give me Washington -3.
But don't you think Washington could easily be like -4, -6 here? Like, seems a little fishy this line to me. So I'm probably going to stay away. Or
Okay.
if I get Cleveland 3.5, then I might step in. But Cleveland stank. Um, Faded them last week, and I don't know. I need more than 3, I think, to even look at Cleveland. Um, let's move along to a AFC North divisional game. Jacksonville, the 0-4 Jacksonville Jaguars, are giving up points to Indy. Indy just coming off a emotional victory against 3-0 Steelers.
Jacksonville's really got nothing to lose. They are
Well,
probably going to be coming
Dougie P
hard.
does.
Well, yeah, his job to lose.
His
Yeah,
job, yeah.
and um, yeah, they're going to be playing their hearts out.
Yeah.
Can Flacco repeat? He did go against one of the best defenses and didn't carve him
Yeah.
up, but scored some points.
Yeah.
Jacksonville is getting
Respectable.
scored on. It is a divisional game, though. That changes things,
Yeah.
obviously. Still got to give me the Colts, though. I'll take the points in the divisional game on the
Yeah.
road.
I mean, I'm getting Jacksonville under a field goal. I kind of like that. I look at it as a little bit of a letdown spot for Indy. You know what I mean? I think they kind of popped their cherry a little bit like last week against Pittsburgh, and Anthony Richardson might play, he might not. I'm hoping he does because when he plays, I mean, Indy is, you don't know they're going to show up, right? So, I mean, Jacksonville, like you said, they have nothing to lose. I could see them winning by double digits here, but
If
yeah,
Flacco
it's
does
tough.
anywhere as good near
Yeah,
that he did with Cleveland, I think he can, at least
he
manage the
might
games.
he might pull off another comeback player of the year off the couch, and
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it, but good for him, and we'll see. We'll see who starts there. Um, let's look at Miami, New England. Miami favored by 1.5. Stinker of the week, 36.5 is the over under. What are your thoughts?
Ah, somehow I think New England's going to gather some dignity at home and have a good game plan against these hurting Dolphins. Maybe look at the film there, see what Tennessee did to them because they just look horrible. Until they get a little bit more, you know, groove. Give me New England at home plus 1.5. Why not? Road
Honestly, I'm
home
surprised.
dog,
I'm surprised. Why is Miami favored?
right?
So something's up there because, I mean, I'm probably be teasing up New England past a touchdown. I mean,
Yeah,
Miami's going to beat New England. I see this game as like 17-10 at most, but something's up in that game. But I mean, Miami, they've been getting embarrassed, so they kind of need it.
yeah.
Interesting to see what will happen there. It's a divisional game, and yeah, let's move along to the later slot of games. This is SF -7.5 hosting Arizona. Arizona's defense got carved up last week. SF looked pretty good against the lowly Patriots. What were you thinking?
No, in a divisional game, and especially the Arizona's defense they got to rebound.
Yeah.
If they lose this game, I think the 7.5 will be more than enough to cover the spread in a divisional game. Give me the 7.5 all day.
What do you think about teasing SF down under a field goal, like through the 7 and the
That
3,
would,
get a
yep,
-1.5?
that
Okay.
that would work too. That would be a
Yeah.
glorious middle. Take San Francisco -2.5 and
1.5.
Arizona Cardinals 1.5. Sorry, and the Arizona
Yeah.
Cardinals
Yeah.
13.5. Oh, just
Oh, all
all
day.
day.
All
Boom,
day.
boom.
Yeah, it's got a high over under, so they're expecting a lot of points. I mean, SF's defense hasn't looked that great this year relative to years past. So Arizona, we could be looking at a 35-32 type game. Who knows? Something like that. Should be exciting. Yeah, let's move along to a little bit of another stinker bowl. It is the Vegas Raiders 2-2 going into the 2-2 Denver Broncos. Broncos laying 2.5, over under of 36.5. What are you thinking?
Can't help but fall in love with the Denver Broncos here. They just looked horrible. They
They
took care of
did 80
business
yards in
against
the
Tampa.
air.
Took care of business against Tampa Bay, embarrassed them, if you ask me. And then, in a mud bowl game, dug deep and beat the Jets. And I
Hmm.
think they're going to continue to roll. Maybe, not crazy.
Wow.
I'd love them to just win by a field goal here, -2.5. Why
I
not?
don't know. I
I
I
teased them
respect
up.
Raiders. I respect Raiders offense more though. I think Denver has the best the unit on the field with their defense, but
Or is Adams back? Is Crosby going to be back
he
on the other
should be
side of the
back. Yeah,
ball?
I think both of them should be back. And divisional game. I mean, I'd love to get 3 with Vegas, but I will definitely be teasing up the boys from LV through the 3 and the 7. But
I thought
yeah,
about it, but it scared me too much. I think I could see Denver winning
late in
by
the
10.
game,
So,
who are you going to trust? Bo Nix, or are you going to trust the man with the mustache? Like, I'm taking the man with the mustache. So
uh,
kind of a stinker, but let's move along to Green Bay in LA. Green Bay -3.5. Rams, tough loss last week. Green Bay, another tough loss for them. So yeah, I believe they're 0-2 with Jordan Love starting, and then they're 2-0 with your boy Malik starting. So
well,
just saying.
I think Minnesota's defense really just stood back on their heels in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Kind of let those touchdowns happen, more or less. I think Green Bay really needs the win. I think they're going to bounce back big. The
Mhm.
Rams did look great in that comeback win over their division rivals, but I
Yeah.
don't think they're going to do it to Green Bay. I think they'll easily cover that 3.5. I know you are wary of your road favorites, but I'll take Green Bay
I am.
minus 3.5.
Yeah, it's tough to lay 3.5 on the road for me, but I would lean Rams because I'm getting the
Okay.
hook, but I wouldn't be in love with it just because they're so undermanned. And
Maybe
I mean,
tease it up to 9.5 or
uh,
10 to 10.
the 10, yeah, that would make sense in a 7 or 6.5 point teaser. This game's a little more interesting, I think. Giants are in Seattle. The line's off the board right now, but I'm pretty sure it'll be -6 for Seattle. Giants are rested. They'll be going into Seattle, who's coming off, short week. And we don't know about Neighbors yet. But if he plays, Giants +6, I mean, it kind of looks interesting. I think they can hang, but Seattle at home is always a tough proposition. So
Yeah, and
I
they're
don't know what
going to
you
be
think.
fired up from that loss. They're going to want to
Yeah,
give the hometown fans a show. But
yeah.
Giants in a teaser +13, give me that all day. I think that's a easy bet if it's +6 on a 7-point teaser. Loving that.
Yeah, totally. I mean, the Giants defense should show up. Seattle, I mean, obviously has
Seattle
the
looked
way
great, but
better
the
offense.
Lions are supposed to have a good defense too, and they carved them up. So let's see how good this Giants defense
Yeah.
really is.
I mean, I think Seattle, they tend to play down to their competition or up to their competition.
Mhm.
Um, you know what I mean? Like um, I mean, like New England, they kind of played to their level in week two. Denver, they kind of played to their level in week one. So I think once they play better teams, step up in competition, they can hang with them. But overall, you know, it'll be a good game, I think. And let's move along to Dallas in Pittsburgh, Sunday night football. What are your thoughts? Denver, or no, not Denver. Pittsburgh is laying 2.5. What are you thinking on that
I'm,
one?
you know, Dallas. What Jekyll, what Hyde are you going to get? Um, so that being said, I like the Steelers to bounce back and yes, win by at least 3. I'll take the Steelers -2.5.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's this low, but maybe they're expecting Dallas's offense to wake up and just be the dominant team out there. But Pittsburgh's defense is looks so good this year, even in that loss. I mean, it's tough.
43. Maybe I'll take the under
Yeah,
there. It might be a low
I'm
scoring
looking at
affair. They
20
might.
to 2017 type game. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
or even like a 17-10 type game. Yeah, totally. I was surprised on that one. Let's move along to Monday night. Kansas City Chiefs laying 5.5 to the Saints. Saints had a couple of tough losses to the Eagles, to the Falcons. Kansas City 4-0. They beat divisional opponent Chargers last week. What are your thoughts on the Monday night game?
Well, I teased up the Saints early before the line moved,
Mm-hmm.
so I got Saints plus 13.
Oh,
And I
sweet.
still like the Chiefs to roll. It could be a close one.
Yeah.
They both can score. I don't
Yeah.
love the -5.5, but if I got to make the decision, give me the Chiefs -5.5.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty sharp line. 5.5 lines are always interesting the way they move, and whether they go down or up. I'm kind of the over on that game. I could see both teams easily getting 20 points.
Oh yeah,
The only
over
thing
looks
that
great.
worries
Yeah.
me for Kansas City is they're stacking injuries, man. Like Rasheed Rice hurt now, Pacheco's hurt.
Juju's gonna
So
have to step up, man. That's it.
to Juju and what about Sky Moore? Whatever happened to him?
I don't know.
Sky with two Y's. Whatever
Yeah,
happened to him? So yeah, he's maybe we'll see appearance of Sky Moore. we'll have to see more Juju. So yeah, that game will be interesting. I think it's pretty sharp spread. No thoughts for me either way on that one, but yeah, that was our look ahead to the week 5 lines. Definitely a lot of small spreads from what I noticed. So definitely some teaser action going to be happening, and we'll have our week 3 best bets coming up Wednesday night. Please
Week 4.
please subscribe. Week 5.
Or week 5.
This was week 4. Yeah.
Sorry, you said 3
Did
and
I
I
say
said
week 3?
4. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So let's just split them into the middle there. Okay, week 5. Let's look ahead to our week 5 best bets on Wednesday. And we'd like for everyone to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And
Thank you.
we'll see y'all in the next episode.